Paradise Lost, a poem in 12 books. The author, John Milton. The second edition, revised and augmented by the same author. London. Printed by S. Simmons, next door to the Golden Lion in Aldersgate Street, 1674. On Paradise Lost. Note by Andrew Marvell. When I beheld the poem blind, yet bold, in slender book his vast design unfold, Messiah crowned, God's reconciled decree, rebelling angels, the forbidden tree, heaven, hell, earth, chaos, all, the argument held me a while misdoubting his intent, that he would ruin, for I saw him strong, the sacred truths to fable and old song. So Samson groped the temple's posts in spite, the world o'erwhelming to revenge his sight. Yet, as I read, soon growing less severe, I liked his project, the success did fear. Through that wide field how he his way should find, or which lame faith leads understanding blind, lest he perplex the things he would explain, and what was easy he should render vain. Or, if a work so infinite he spanned, jealous I was that some less skillful hand, such as disquiet always what is well, and by ill imitating would excel, might hence presume the whole creation's day to change in scenes, and show it in a play. Pardon me, mighty poet, nor despise my causeless, yet not impious surmise. But I am now convinced, and none will dare within thy labors to pretend a share, thou hast not missed one thought that could be fit, and all that was improper dost omit, so that no room is here for writers left but to detect their ignorance or theft. That majesty which through thy work doth reign draws the devout, deterring the profane, and things divine thou treatst of in such state as them preserves, and thee inviolate. At once delight and horror on us seize, thou sing'st with so much gravity and ease, and above human flight dost soar aloft, with plume so strong, so equal, and so soft. The bird named from that paradise you sing, so never flags, but always keeps on wing. Where couldst thou words of such a compass find? Whence furnish such a vast expense of mind? Just heaven, thee like Tiresias to requite, rewards with prophecy thy loss of sight. Well mightst thou scorn thy readers to allure with tinkling rhyme, of thy own sense secure, while the town bays writes all the while, and spells, and like a pack-horse tires without his bells. Their fancies like our bushy points appear, the poets tag them, we for fashion wear. I too, transported by the mode, offend, and while I meant to praise thee, must commend. Thy verse, created like thy theme sublime, in number, weight, and measure, needs not rhyme. A.M. Note on Paradise Lost, added in the second edition, 1674. The printer to the reader. Courteous reader, there was no argument at first intended to the book, but for the satisfaction of many that have desired it, I have procured it, and withal a reason of that which stumbled many others why the poem rhymes not. S. Simmons. Notes, the printer to the reader, added in 1668 to the copies then remaining of the first edition, amended in 1669, and omitted in 1670. I have procured it and ... not 1669. Is procured 1668. The verse. The measure is English heroic verse, without rhyme, as that of Homer in Greek, and of Virgil in Latin, rhyme being no necessary adjunct or true ornament of poem or good verse, in longer works especially, but the invention of a barbarous age to set off wretched matter and lame meter. Graced, indeed, since by the use of some famous modern poets, carried away by custom, but much to their own vexation, hindrance, and constraint, to express many things otherwise, and for the most part worse, than else they would have expressed them. Not without cause, therefore, some both Italian and Spanish poets of prime note have rejected rhyme both in longer and shorter works, as have also long since our best English tragedies, as a thing of itself, to all judicious ears, trivial, and of no true musical delight, which consists only in apt numbers, fit quantity of syllables, and the sense variously drawn out from one verse into another, not in the jingling sound of like endings, a fault avoided by the learned ancients both in poetry and all good oratory. This neglect then of rhyme so little is to be taken for a defect, though it may seem so perhaps to vulgar readers, that it rather is to be esteemed an example set, the first in English, of ancient liberty recovered to heroic poem from the troublesome and modern bondage of rhyming. Note the verse, added in 1668 to the copies then remaining of the first edition, together with the argument. In the second edition, 1674, the argument, with the necessary adjustment to the division made in Books 7 and 10, was distributed through the several books of the poem as it is here printed. End of front matter. Recording by Thomas Copeland.